Right guys, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I am off to pay the balance on my new bike. I am also taking the forward control kit to them so they can fit that to me before delivery. But first I need petrol. Alright, so today I thought I would try out a new mic position. I was getting a bit fed up of just clipping the mic to the inside of the chin bar, because those days like today where it's temperature's a little bit higher than I would want, I couldn't lift my front face up because every time I lifted it up, the mic there clipped behind the shin curtain, and then it obviously dangled in front of my face, and obviously I couldn't just lift it up and put it down. I had to faff around with it. So instead, this isn't a permanent solution for this mic. I think I'll end up getting a different one. My Interphone microphone is a small, solid black microphone. It's not a boom. I have taped the microphone underneath that, and then ran the wiring in through my helmet. And then I've had the jack coming out the side of my neck roll. So I'm just going to see how this is. I don't know if I've got the sound correct or not. It's not as close to my mouth, so I honestly don't know. So I'm going to see how it is when I get home. But if this works and it comes out alright, what I'm going to do is buy a Rode lavalier microphone. Because they are overly thin, and then I'll be able to, what I'll do, I'll end up Subaruing that to the microphone in the helmet, and then I've got a permanent mic, so I don't have to keep faffing around clipping one in, unclipping one. All I've got to do is clip my recorder to it, or clip it directly to the GoPro if that's what I decide to do. So yeah, fingers crossed that it all works out brilliant. Another thing I've done to the helmet, which seems to have made it a lot quieter, my Interphone Bluetooth kit that comes with the helmet, it sticks to the side of the helmet, and then a wire runs inside to the speakers and everything, which are specifically designed for a Shure C3 Pro. The one problem is the neck roll in the helmet. It doesn't, how can I explain it? It doesn't like clip in or zip in or button in. It's got a small tube that slots in around the edge of the helmet, which kept coming out because you can't really have it interrupted. I had a wire going in, so it wasn't slotting in correctly. So what I've done, I've cut a little hole in the net roll, which it hurts a little to do, seeing as it's so bloody expensive. But yeah, now everything seems to fit correctly. So yeah, I'm happy. Seems to fit a lot nicer around my neck as well. The wind seal around my neck's a lot nicer. And so yeah, this is the first time I've actually come out with it. But yeah, where this mic is at the moment, previously it was on my chin curtain, and it used to point up somewhat. Although it was directly in front of my mouth, it still used to get a lot of wind noise coming from the visor when it was open. Because it's a directional microphone, it picks up the sound that's in front of it. So at the moment I am unsure how this is going to be, because it's underneath the boom mic in this helmet now. It's pointing away from the visor, it's pointing away from the chin vent, so I don't know how it's going to be on wind noise. It's quite windy at the moment. What I'm going to do shortly, I'm going to be picking up some speed. I'm going to try and get to, well, between 40 and 60 depending on what road I'm on. I am going to open the visor and do a quick test just to see how it is. I might include that in the video, I might not, but we'll see. I don't know if you can see that, but that dog with his head sticking out the window. Hello there, doggy. Hello. Well, actually, catching up to this car, this might be a perfect test just to see what it's like for windy. It's quite windy now on the outside of my helmet. I wouldn't ride at this speed with my visor open anyway because it's too much wind, but anyway, I'm doing 45 miles an hour, it's overly windy, and now the visor's going up. So this is with the visor up and the microphone. Like I say, new position, so I don't know what it's going to be like, but a hell of a lot of wind's coming in. And now this is with the visor partially closed. Actually, let's open it just a little bit. This is they call this the cruising notch. Where you'll have it open a little bit just to let a bit of air into the helmet. And now this is with it closed, but not fully clipped closed. It lets in the most minute amount of air. And now I'm going to clip it fully closed. Right, so this is fully closed now. No air at all is coming in through the front of my visor. I've still got my vent open on the front of my helmet, on my chin, but that's about it. So this is enough talking for me with this microphone, or should I say talking about the microphone. This was purely for reference, so when I'm watching the video back and I'm checking the audio to see if this is a position that I'd like to use, so I've got something to reference it against to see if it actually works decent or not. I don't know if I could get upside the car, this would have been a Walterific moment. He'd have seen that and gone, puppies! Oh my god, it's a puppy! Thank you, Mr. Driver. So yeah, as I was saying earlier before I started blabbing on about this microphone again, I'm currently off to Tamworth again. This is where I went in one of my previous videos when I think it's titled Off to Get a New Bike. I actually went down and put the deposit on the bike, and today I am off to pay the balance. So the bike was supposed to be being delivered tomorrow, but there was an issue. Oh my god, it's a puppy! Right, so the issue with the bike. Buying the bike, they put a year's tax on it and MOT on it for me. As they knew I was coming down to pay the rest, they took it in for the MOT, did the service. During the service for the MOT, they found out there was a little issue with the oxygen sensor. And it was something that they couldn't diagnose themselves because they don't have the diagnostic software for Yamaha. So they phoned up Yamaha. Right, we need this bike in, someone's going to buy it. It's going to take you 15 minutes to sort it out. We could do with you just checking it over. And apparently Yamaha have no space or no time free until the middle of September, which is no good to me because I've got my training and test in September, which I need the bike for. So they phoned up another company that has got this diagnostic software, and anyway, you can go to them. Although there was an issue, I'm actually quite glad that it was, because it shows that they were servicing the bike correctly, ready to MOT it correctly, rather than just pushing everything through for a sale. So I'm quite glad that they found it, and it wasn't going to be an issue after I bought the bike. I mean, previous bikes that I've had, it just seemed like the garage has just pushed the bike through the MOT for the sake of it. So I'm quite glad that they were honest and let me know about it. So yeah, I'm off up there now. And then fingers crossed, within the next week or so, this other particular company that they've used with it for the diagnostic software, they can get everything all sorted. Oh shit, how lovely was it not long ago in Derby when we just left? And now look at that up there. I'm going to put the helmet up. Look at that, and it seems like I am riding straight into it. What a fucker. So anyway, yeah, the bike, that's gone off for diagnostics to sort out the O2 sensor, as the bike had been stored for quite a while and it was running overly lean. So yeah, no, I'm glad that they found that, and I'm glad it's going to be sorted out properly for whenever it is sorted and I do get it. Well, when it is delivered. So one thing I have been looking at recently, I mean, seeing as I ride all the time with a GoPro on my helmet, there's been plenty of times where it's died. I've been obviously on a road like this and I can't really just stop to change the battery out. I can't really run external power because I don't want any wires coming from my helmet, and I want to keep it fully waterproof. And with that, I always like to have a camera recording on the bike. So I've been looking at hardwired cameras, and there's a load of options out there, a load of shit ones, but the one feature I wanted, which I couldn't seem to find anywhere, is when I turn the bike on, I want a camera underneath the front fender at the front, underneath the lights, and I want one in the rear as well. This is on my next bike, and I wanted it so when I turned on the ignition, both cameras started recording automatically. And then I wanted them on a DVR, sort of a loop, so it records in 5-minute segments, and then when the memory card is full, it overrides the last segment. So the plan was, I wanted 2 of them. I want to probably get either 64 or 128 gig cards in both. I wanted them wired permanently to the bike, so if someone happened to see the camera, they wouldn't really just be able to take it. It'd be wired into the bike. They'd have to strip the bike down to actually get the camera. Anyway, I couldn't really find one, then I came across one. And shit. I can't think what it's called off the top of my head. I think it's made by a company called Dogcam, but I'm not sure. What I'll do, I'm going to put a little photo up just here, and I'll have a link in the description as well to this camera. They're £149. They are about the size of your finger, so quite a little skinny camera. The camera's on the front like the Drift Ghost S. It's got all the mounting hardware, and it's got relay hardware for everything, so you can mount it to your battery, well, attach it to your battery. And what it does, when you have it on your bike, you turn your ignition on and it records constantly. So these cameras I wouldn't be using for motovlog footage like I would my GoPro, because they are just not good enough. But as far as security goes, as a dash cam goes, they record in 720p at 60 frames a second. Oh no, I lie, I think they're 30 frames a second. But the footage is good enough to hold up in court. So as soon as this bike arrives, I will be buying 2 of them and fitting them to the bike. I have also bought some Oxford Premium Adventure heated grips, which I will be fitting to the bike. I have bought an Abus granite disc lock as well. The only thing I've been looking at now is an alarm immobiliser. I don't know which one to get yet. I don't know whether I should go for a data tool or... I don't know. There's loads out there. But we'll see anyway. So I can't wait to get on the road with that XVS. I think during my training I'm going to have the GoPro on as well. I don't think I'll be allowed that for my actual tests. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to have it on for my training. I'm also not sure if I'm going to be able to record voiceover audio like this during my training, because I will have their microphone, their earpiece in my ear whilst the instructor's talking to me. And obviously I don't want to be talking and trying to listen at the same time, because obviously I want to learn as much as possible, as quick as possible, refresh myself as quick as possible, and get it all out the bloody way. So although it's quite bright, it still seems to be trying to rain a lot. I mean, look at that car. It's blick. Actually, have a look with my oh god, that's horrible. I have to lift my sun visor up to see what it was going to be like. So it's starting to rain, so the 2-second rule increases to a 4-second rule. I have been waiting 7 years, well just over 7 years, to be in this position again, which is a long bloody time. I mean, if you're unsure of the story why, once I've got this bike, I'm going to do a huge video about it, why I ended up going for that bike and the struggles I have with it, but I might obviously record that with the bike parked, and then a little bit on motovlog as well. Because it is a pretty gruesome and huge story. Tell you what, it's weird, something don't feel quite right with this bike. Thankfully, not long now and it can be fucking gone. Tell you what, I need a bloody drink, I know that. And the petrol station next to the garage I'm going to only accepts cash. And I don't have any cash on me, I have card. Ooh, Sainsbury's, or shall I go to the Asda just there? There is an Asda! Hello. Oh, you're right. Yes, please. Initially I only wanted a drink, but I ended up buying some chicken wrap roll things, some sushi, some iced tea, a Ribena, and a Snickers. Shit! I have just taken the wrong fucking exit. Shit. Oh cock. Shit, I'm on the M42. Bollocks. So then, for the video, this is overly illegal what I'm doing now. I have come onto the fucking motorway by accident. What a cock. I need to get off this bloody thing. Cock. Right, so I am now back on a legal road. I can't believe that. I added 25 minutes onto my journey time. Right guys, so I am just about to pull up. I'm here. So I'm going to have to sign off. Don't forget, if you did like the video, to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to see any more of my videos, click on the channel, clip videos, and they're all there. Right, take care all, have a good day, and ride safe.